Previously, on Black Love Heck Yeah, we spoke with the Davises on when each knew they wanted to marry the other and what their life experience brings to their new marriage. Today, we'll speak to them about their admiration for each other's creativity and what Black love means to them.
Yeah, so what do I admire about her creativity? I feel like I really actually listen to her music. Like, if I didn't know her and I heard her music, I would be bumping her music, which I feel like is testimony to like the artistry, but I just bump her music. Now, that's strange because I don't just bump everybody's music. I don't bump people who are out. I'm a hater. I'm known to be a hater of people's music. Like, I'm known for that because I've been making music since forever, since I remember. I've been listening and, you know, there's a record collection back. There's a few thousand records back there. Like, so in terms of like being a person who made music and it did that and was out and I just admire the level of talent. Like, I feel like as somebody who's been in MC and been writing lyrics since I was 13, I feel like that's a skill. Now, as somebody who has been trained by my mom and over years to use my voice and be in a chorus and a choir and to sing and speak loudly and project my voice in Young, Gifted, and Black, I feel like I was trained, right?
Yeah.
So I've had training and I've got skills, but talent, that's some whole other stuff that, genius is its own thing,
That's
right?
what I was
Brilliance
saying.
is its own thing, yes, and knowledge is its own thing, wisdom is its own thing. Talent, there's this another thing where it's like that bone that you have, that one bone that controls your tongue, that's the only bone that's not connected to other bone. It's like maybe thinner than mine or thicker than mine or whatever it is that it is. Something about your tonsils, the location of the size of your vocal box, whatever it is that makes you able to do that thing, that's that talent thing. That's a DNA, cellular. I'm talking about the mitochondria. You know what I'm saying? I'm up inside the cell. I'm not dissing myself or anyone else. I'm just saying that talent thing, whatever that is, man, that's the thing that I admire the most. Like, holy, wow. We'll see.
I think I really, really, like, Hodari is a genius. Like, I don't even, I feel like even that word doesn't quite capture, like, his ability to envision things in a way that other people just don't think of them. So you'll be in conversation with him and he'll have these incredibly brilliant ideas that are like socially responsible and about justice and super artistic and creative. And then he has this voice that's like, boom, like it's just like a bomb. It just drops. It's huge. And I really admire that. I admire like his, when I think about the writing that he does for YGD, like he'll just be sitting there and something will hit him and phone will come out and he'll be, and it's a whole song done. And then I'll teach it to the kids and you'll see like it went from this just kind of sitting, chilling, popped into the head, and then it's on stage at Herbst Theater happening with little children saying the words. I don't think they are. I think they're absent. Because, I mean, I grew up definitely watching The Cosby Show. That was my jam. So, like, I saw that, but other than that, I'm trying to think of when there was a Black relationship, even, especially now, on TV. But we don't really watch TV, so maybe I'm just tripping.
Yeah, I mean, or just in the media in general. I mean, yeah, I think of like Tyler Perry with a question like that, or I think of like, I don't know, isn't there a show called Blackish on TV? Blackish.
Yeah, I haven't seen it though.
Or I think of like Black relationship, and I don't really, you know, I think you're right about these days seeing a Black relationship as opposed to just an African American relationship. Like, I think, you know, the African American relationship is very much reflective of American culture. It's not like two African American people who came back with African masks on their walls and a picture of Malcolm X or Ida B. Wells Barnett. Like, that's a Black family. When you walk in that house, when you walk into a house and there's a picture of white Jesus on the wall and, you know, the whatever pamphlet in the corner, and you're like, okay, that's more of an African American family. Like, there's just certain things, you know, or you're in an African, you might even be in an African family. You might be in Ghana. Actually, you know what I mean? You see white Jesus on the wall,
everywhere,
and it's real white Jesus everywhere. Yeah. You're either in an African American family or you in Ghana. I'm gonna tell you that right now, because that's real, boy. Woo! They love white Jesus even more than we do. Believe it or not, that's unbelievable.
All right,
that's just unbelievable. But it's true. They like weaves more than we do too, like a billion times more. Like weaves. Anyway. I digress. I don't, it's also witch media, but I don't really see Black relationships. Black woman, Black man, firm and conscious in their identity, you know, affirming the Black family or affirming a Pan-African identity or taking their kid to a Black homeschool to make sure that their child learns about George Washington Carver. Like, you know, where do we see that? Where do we see that? Like maybe on a Richard Pryor show and Maya Angelou welcomed that fool back in the house because he was drunk at the bar. And then she gave that beautiful poem about how much she loved that brother even though he was like crap.
Right.
You know, I can't think of, you know, what show, not Good Times or The Jeffersons or any of those shows that were written by the same dude who wrote All in the Family. He's just, you know, not to say that he's not a conscious white man, but he's still like a white man telling a Black person's story. So what Black show, maybe Morgan Freeman on Electric Company? You know what I mean? Maybe Spike Lee? Maybe. Few Spike Lee movies, but now where's Spike's movies, man? What happened to that? We used to like line up at the theater to see a Black film about Black people. Right. So it just, you know, now it's not really like that, like America.
I think of it on a couple of levels. I think of it as starting like with the love for self. Like I almost feel like people are surprised, especially if they meet him and then meet me, or vice versa, to see that, because I've even had some people like, oh, I thought you would, I didn't know you, I thought you might be with a white man or something. I'm like, really? So I think people even have come to expect, or to not expect, to see two like Black people together. So that's always kind of interesting, but I think I would define it as like the love for self for one, and wanting to see your own reflection in the person that you're sharing your life with, like wanting to see you in the mirror and wanting those like unspoken moments of understanding.
Yeah, when I think of Black love, I think of our ancestors first. I think of how the fact that we can even call ourselves African people, what a miracle that is. Mm-hmm. And that we would even identify in that way. Based on all we've gone through, that we survived to the point where we could even continue to exist as a people the way we are, that's Black love to me. And it's a continuum. So Black love is a responsibility. But it's a responsibility to those who came before us, because I love what we've become. I I don't love what we have to endure, but I love that we are survivors and resilient and courageous people. And that, you know, we've had every ill of the world thrown at us. The worst holocausts bestowed on anyone have been bestowed upon those who are our direct descendants. So I don't think of Black love just as like just myself, and I don't even think about it in terms of necessarily intimate love, because I feel like it's a responsibility to our community and to each other, and not just to the past, but to the future, so to our children. Like a social experiment, to be honest. It's like, can we, and I'm so glad that you're doing this interview, because can we affirm love so much within our own city that we overcome the narrative of hate? Not just the narrative that's being projected out to the rest of the world about who we are in Oakland, but also our internal narrative about who we are and, you know, about how we should feel. And, you know, when you're always raging and always angry, then you're going to dwell on that energy. And that energy becomes the energy of the community and of the city and of every relationship, and it starts to fester and become a cancer within the community. And if, you know, and we've seen that. We've seen kind of, there's been some, you know, deaths that have happened, some murders, high profile murders that have happened. It's like we see what this energy of like anger and I'm mad is what it does. And so we're trying to reaffirm a different narrative, a counter narrative to that, is just to affirm the idea that not only does Black life matter, not only do Black lives matter, but Black love matters and Black love exists. Let's just affirm that Black love exists.